The Evil Nun. This is the story of Jessica, a girl born into a very poor family. Her family knew the harsh sting of poverty all too well, but the cruel hands of fate had an even darker twist for her. When Jessica was just 8 years old, her mother died, leaving her and her younger brother in the care of their father. Her father was a prisoner to the clutches of alcohol and would drink night and day. Jessica's father, consumed by the vice of the bottle, made her life miserable with his drunken fits. Her life was filled with violence and cruelty until one dreadful day she couldn't take it anymore. Jessica and her younger brother had no choice but to flee. They left New York and found themselves in Boston. As they ventured into an unfamiliar territory, the 15-year-old Jessica faced the daunting challenge of providing for her brother and herself. Desperation led them to sit before a church where they pleaded passers-by for help. By a stroke of luck, a compassionate nun came there and her heart went out to them. She talked to Jessica, and the girl spilled out her heart. Touched by their plight, the nun brought them into the church's warm embrace. With the nun's kindness, a new path unfolded. John, Jessica's brother, was enrolled in the church-affiliated school, while Jessica herself became involved in the church's prayer group. It was there, amidst the prayers, that Jessica found solace and a renewed connection with God. The church even welcomed her as a nun. However, after becoming a nun, Jessica's life took a chilling turn that was beyond her imagination. One fateful night as she slept, panic seized her, and she screamed as if some unseen force was attacking her. Her screams echoed through the halls, awakening the other nuns who rushed to Jessica's side. What they witnessed defied explanation. Jessica's body was twisted, her eyes vacant, and she emitted blood-curdling screams that sounded nothing like her own voice. Some devil had taken hold of her. In an attempt to calm things down, one of the nuns used holy water on Jessica. Jessica's flesh started burning because the holy water and smoke started coming out of her. But slowly the chaos subsided and left behind an eerie silence. That night marked the start of Jessica's scary journey into the mysterious problem. Day by day, her health started getting worse, and her behavior got really strange. She would leave the church and wander the dark corridors late at night. Sometimes she laughed for no reason, and sometimes she made weird sounds like a man. Other times, she let out beastly howls and cried inconsolably. It became clear that something evil had taken over Jessica's soul, and her body was its new host. The church got ready for an exorcism to cast the evil out. But on the appointed night of the exorcism, one of the nuns entered Jessica's room and found it empty. Panic swept through the room as she searched for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Then, in a horrifying twist, the nun felt a strange presence and turned around to see a terrifying sight: Jessica, wearing a black dress, clinging to the wall. Her heart froze because black clothes are used for the departed in Christianity. Blood dripped from Jessica's mouth as she howled like a beast and lunged at the nun. Others rushed to the room and found Jessica laughing maniacally, mocking the divine. The priest desperately splashed holy water, and Jessica screamed in agony, but the torment persisted. In a final attempt to escape the exorcism, Jessica jumped from the window. She survived physically, but with fractured bones. She had lost her ability to walk again. Now it was easier to perform the exorcism on Jessica. The church took her in, and they prepared for the exorcism once more. But by then, the evil had left Jessica's body. She was so weak that in the middle of the exorcism, she had to be admitted to a hospital. Determined to uncover the truth, the priest wanted to hypnotize Jessica. They formed a team to investigate further. Their relentless search unveiled a dark truth. Jessica's mother had been a member of the sinister cult devoted to the devil and steeped in black magic. Her mother did many evil rituals to please the devil. She had intended to use Jessica's body for malevolent rituals, but her father had intervened and saved her. However, the darkness had left its mark on young Jessica. At the tender age of 4, she had begun to utter curses in an unknown language, and her appearance became terrifying. She even made a chilling confession, claiming that she would be the harbinger of her father's demise, an event that would unveil the devil's true form to the world. But black magic often backfires, and Jessica's mother met her end early. Her father, aware of the evil within Jessica, distanced himself and resented his own daughter. On the night Jessica fled, she had already poisoned her father's liquor, sealing his fate. With his death, the devil claimed Jessica's soul, possessing her. Upon learning the full extent of the horror, the priest was shocked with fear. He reached out to Jessica's brother, John, and they examined John's scarred and scratched hands. They realized that Jessica had initiated dark rituals akin to her mother's to her younger brother as well, all in an attempt to appease the devil. The priest's efforts to exorcise her proved futile, and her health continued getting worse. Eventually, she succumbed to the evil forces within her. In the wake of Jessica's passing, the church took responsibility for her brother John. The faithful continued to pray for Jessica's tormented soul, hoping that, in the end, she might find some peace.
If you enjoyed this story, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel Bloody Monday Horror Stories and watch much more spine-chilling horror stories every week.